fly. This is a story about a fly who speaks jazz. And as you listen, if you can see if you can pick out all the other languages the fly hears while he's trying to find his way to the jazz club. Then listen for how the fly uses those sounds when he creates a whole new way to play the drums. A fly buzzed by, it was late in the day, and he was lost. So he flew to a frog that was sitting on a log, and asked the frog which way to town. Za-ba-za-boo, za-ba-zee, za-roni. The frog didn't get the way the jazz fly talked. Ribbit, the frog answered. Ribbit, ribbit. The fly flew to a hog in a bog. He stayed clear of the mud to keep his black tux clean, and asked the hog which way to town. Za-ba-za-boo, za-ba-zee, za-roni. Oink, the hog answered. Oink. The fly saw a donkey, short and gray, so he flew to ask him the way. Za-ba-za-boo, za-ba-zee, za-roni. The donkey just began to bray. Hee-haw, hee-haw. At last the fly flew to a furry dog. One more time he asked, Za-ba-za-boo, za-ba-zee, za-roni. A ruff, 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 barked the pooch right away. She pointed her nose to say, go that way. The jazz fly flew past weeds and clover till he reached a street that was paved all over. He leaned left down the alley, right through the door. He saw fancy waiters creeping all across the floor. Beetles and maggots had come to hear the show. They were dining with locusts by the firefly glow. The band was looking antsy, it was 8:30. They grumbled, man, this fly is always late. The fly tugged at his sleeves, strolled to his drums, twirled around his brushes, and counted off a song. Za, zee, zaze, zuze. Willie the worm inched up and down his bass. Nancy the gnat sashayed with her sax. Sammy the centipede hit the piano keys like a man with 100 hands. The fly swished with his brushes, thumped his bass drum, made his cymbals ring, zing, ping, ping, ping. Then, like a chef stirring dinner in a pot, he put it all together and he dished it out hot. Zop, ting, zop, boom, baby, swish, zop, boom, zop, zee-za. Oh, the fly was jamming, not scamming, but swimming like a salmon. The club's queen bee he sat down with a huff. This band plays good, but that's not enough. I want a sound that'll make bugs shout. I want a new beat, or this band is out. Well, the Fly, who had been very confident until now, suddenly felt kind of small. He knew he'd have to come up with something different if the jazz bugs were to keep their jobs at the jazz club. So he thought, and thought, until the Fly recalled the sounds he heard that day. He mixed them all up in a brand new way. He crossed the bridge, stepped beyond the line, took a chance and began to shine. Switch, zoom, zappity boom, ribbit, ribbit, zappity boom, bang, oink, oink. Switch, zappa, zappa, hee-haw, hee-haw, zappa, rubba, ruff, 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 zappity bibbida, bibbida, bobbida, hee-haw, roni, oink, zappa, hee-haw, ribbit, ruff, ting. Well, the Beatles and the Maggots stopped eating their chow. Willie and Nancy and Sammy said, the cockroach waiter shouted, go man, go. Well, dig that Fly, he can really blow. The joint was hopping, bopping, wriggling on the floor. They never heard a sound like this before. Now word got out about the jazz bug sound, about the white hot drummer who broke new ground. Beatles packed the club, locusts came by the swarm. The jazz bugs' names went up in lights. And to make sure he never again lost his way, the Fly picked up his friends in a limo each day. And here's what it sounded like when all those critters squeezed inside that fine stretch limousine. Boom, 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 boom. Give it up for the jazz bugs, huh? Thank you very much. Thank you. And I forgot to tell you that the author, Mr. Golub, has made those books available for us. He signed a bunch of copies of those books, so teachers